They don't want to leave.
Yes.
But also, you also see them crying on the way out because they don't want to leave.
Welcome to Hospitality Asia channel on HAPA TV. I'm Jennifer Ong, and today we're with a bubbly Samantha Lee, the head of marketing and innovation from Lexis Group. And Samantha is going to share with us today about Lexis Hibiscus in Port Dickson and Lexis Suites in Penang. Hi, Samantha.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, welcome. Welcome to HAPA TV.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell us, of course, before we start, we have to congratulate you and your team at Lexis Hibiscus Port Dickson, as well as Lexis Suite Penang, for being nominated as Malaysia's Best Tourism Destination, Hotels and Resorts.
Thank you so
for
much.
HAPA Awards, Malaysia Series 2022-2023. So before we start, I'd like to talk about, we would like to focus a little bit on resilience. Yeah. So this year, the HAPA Awards has come up with a new recognition series, in addition to the Awards for Excellence.
Yep.
It's the Awards for Resilience. Yeah, because we've seen the last 2.5 years, 3 years. Samantha, I take my hats off to hotel operators and restaurant operators, and tell us about that journey, that part of the COVID time.
Yeah, I think it was very scary for everybody because we haven't gone through something this huge. When the government announced that we were going to lockdown for 1 week, everyone's like, it's fine. This is something, just a temporary thing. Or let's just have a quick holiday, and then we go back to normal. And then it lasted for 2.5 years. So it was no easy feat. I think I think the best word to use is actually we were resilient, right? You have to take no for, there's no other way to go around it, but just push forward. We worked very hard internally to make sure that, we could employ and keep our team, and their livelihoods intact. That was the key goal above anything else.
Yeah.
So of course, with the leadership of our president, Dato' Mandy Chew, she was very quick to act. I think she put her ear to the ground. She was listening, paying attention a lot to what the government officials were saying.
Right.
Because knowledge is power, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
how to move forward? The first few things that we did, whatever schemes that were out there by the government that could help us. We were first to apply.
Utilize it to the
first to
fullest.
utilize, first to apply.
Right.
But also, we have a very big number of employees.
Yes.
For Malaysia itself.
Right.
We only have 4 properties, but they're very big properties. Hibiscus alone is 639 villas. Crazy. So, at that time, at the peak of it, we had 1,500 employees.
During the COVID time.
Yes. So, of course, we had to let some of them go. Some of them were contract workers, so that's fine because they were not under our employment.
Right.
But for everyone else who were, under our care, how do we make sure that we still have enough money to pay them, even though they couldn't fully work? Because you can't just say bye.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because in the good times, everyone has helped us.
Yeah.
In the bad times, we have to help them back.
Yeah.
So what we did was, we were one of the first, I think we were the first in the whole country to start doing prepaid sales.
Oh.
So we were very confident in the fact that the pandemic would eventually go away.
Yeah.
But and the first thing that people want to do is obviously go for holidays.
Yeah.
Go for holidays.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? Let's sell vouchers. Let's sell vouchers for rooms, but we give everyone a super good deal so that they have something to look forward to after they're free. And that's what we did. We went very, very, very heavy on social media marketing. I did a lot of email marketing as well because everyone was on their device.
Right,
So that was a good thing for us and nobody had anything else to do. And of course, we had to slash our rates by a lot, by up to 70%. So when back then pre-COVID, people would complain, oh, your hotel is so nice, but it's too expensive to stay in. And then they see a voucher that's available for 300 to 500 ringgit, they'll snatch it up.
Okay. Yeah.
So we managed to, I think the first round of sales, we managed to raise a couple of million ringgit actually.
Yeah.
And that helped tide us over for quite a few months, know. So with that cash flow, we also managed to mitigate our costs a bit and then slowly strategize what we should do at the hotels, how do we minimize the operational costs, but still be operating because all of them were still open throughout the pandemic.
Right. So
Domi
no
Hilling.
hotels were closed.
No
at
hotels were
all.
closed. We didn't shut down at all.
Right.
Of course, our unique selling point is a private pool in each room.
Yes.
So you can't shut down a room with a private pool.
Yeah.
You can't drain the pool.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
The tiles would crack. And we still needed to run them. So the electricity had to run throughout the pandemic. So that's still a cost that, couldn't run away from.
Run away.
Yeah, but we focused very heavily on marketing and branding to the domestic market.
Right. So was there a switch then, Samantha? I mean, prior to COVID, what was the percentage of domestic market and international market?
Actually, it's very far off. So we were like 70% international and only 30% domestic and Singapore. We actually grouped Singapore back into the domestic side.
Right.
So it was for me as head of marketing, it was a very big challenge because I had to refocus my reins into how do I market to my fellow Malaysians.
Yes.
Because it's a very different psyche, very different mentality. Expectations also very different. So yeah, but it was a very good journey. Learned a lot, and I think we did it pretty successfully. We're here standing now. We're here with you.
Yeah, very good.
So,
I mean, amazing. And Samantha, I mean, what's the one biggest thing that you think, is the key that really turned around for Lexis and really kept Lexis going? What was that one key thing? I mean,
think,
you mentioned there were so many things that you
yeah.
did. What was that one key thing you think?
I think obviously our leadership, but that culture that we have of being one big family. I think I hate to quote Disney, but family never gets left behind. We are Ohana, and that is really something that our president constantly instills into all our team members. We are not just colleagues. You're not just our staff. We are family. Yes, family come and go, but still we're all one big family. Might not always be happy, sometimes dysfunctional, but we're still family. Because in the hospitality industry, you spend more time with your fellow colleagues than you do with your actual relatives.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that was so important, and staying together as a family, telling each other that we're going to go through this together. We have to go through trials and tribulations together, and we'll get out okay.
Together.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so inspiring, yeah. That really just that couple of minutes, of hearing from you, Samantha, I can already imagine. I mean, 4 properties with thousands of employees, and keeping it together, and family, resilience is about keeping it together, isn't it? Yeah. So let's now move on. Okay, so fast forward. When the market opened, what was different? How has consumer behavior changed? Your guests, your expectations, and what's the market like now? When you say it was 70% international and 30% domestic in Singapore, how has that changed now for Lexis?
Yeah, I think we're still in a transitionary period. For the most part, we still rely quite heavily on the domestic market because when international travel opened up, we are fighting with so many different destinations. Malaysia is not always the top of everyone's list. So we are still, seeing a lot of locals coming to our properties. Of course, we have a lot of Lexis loyal members that come to us. And the one thing about domestic travelers, which we must understand, is that we're spoiled for choice. Cuti Malaysia is a wonderful thing, actually. And I myself managed to enjoy that during, when we were opening back up because we couldn't travel internationally. Expectations are much higher now because of COVID, of course. So standards for safety, for health, and even service standards, because people haven't experienced face-to-face service in so long that we want the best only. But it's very hard sometimes, especially when everyone's just coming out of pandemic, everyone has had their own issues that they've gone through. So we can't always deliver the perfect scenario for you, but we try to do our best. And that is something we constantly instill within our Lexis family, to say that you must empathize with our guests. They have not been able to travel and enjoy themselves for so long. Same with you. So try to give them your best as well, and always put a smile on your face, no matter what kind of day you're going through. So I think we are also quite lucky because people are, although they have high expectations, but I also see a lot of empathy coming out from the guests, that they are more understanding.
Actually,
Yeah.
because there's shortage of talents and
Yes, it's
longer hours.
This is
for
no
people
easy
to
feat,
do it.
no easy feat
Yeah.
at all.
I mean, like you said, Lexis, Hibiscus in PD has what, 650?
639 rooms.
639 villas.
Yeah.
If you've not been to Lexis Hibiscus Port Dickson, please go Google and see this big Bunga Raya. You know how big it is.
You
Yeah.
can see it when you're coming in from the plane, if you're flying to
Yeah.
KIA. Because they're very big rooms as well. Like the smallest size room we have is just slightly under 800 square feet.
800 square feet, you know,
It's like
bigger than any
your
of
own studio
where's a small
apartment. Correct.
Yeah.
And not to forget, you will also have your private pool.
Yes.
And
so
steam room.
every villa has a
Private pool
private
and steam room, and a minimum of 2 king beds.
39
yeah.
pools to clean.
Yeah, we actually have 643.
Oh my
Because we also
God.
have 2 public pools and our
Yes.
presidential suites, which are duplexes. We have 2 of those. They have 2 pools each, one downstairs, one upstairs. Because, you know,
Amazing.
why not have 2 pools?
So, you know, there's ideas about, you know, having exclusive experience, which means adding more pools, right, into your own home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but, you know, that's why, you know, my hats off to the team at Lexis Hibiscus and in PD. And of course, you know, we'll come to Lexis Suite Penang very soon. That, you know, these are things they do. You know, there's 600 over rooms. There are 600 over pools, and each of them are, the smallest size is 800 square feet. And the entire area, how big is the entire Lexis Hibiscus?
It's too big. Too big to
you know,
count.
I mean,
because
you know-
we, for our overwater villas itself, we go out 1.2 kilometers into the sea.
Oh, gosh.
So it's a huge
It's
span
a
of
huge
space that we're
span of
looking
space,
at.
and
Yeah.
you know, and I think housekeeping, my God, I really am amazed. And, you know, with your housekeeping team, I think...
I must
wow.
share something about what happened during the pandemic.
Okay.
When we didn't have enough workers on contract, because
Right.
a lot of people who work in the housekeeping industry,
They had to go home or not?
they had to go home.
Yeah.
They're not from Malaysia because it's very hard work. They're in the hot sun for most of the day.
Right.
So what we had to do with minimum workers and not being able to find anyone to come in, everyone who wasn't based at the hotel, so maybe if you're based at the corporate sales office, we would all mobilize and go
Clean
work
the pool.
at the hotel. If we didn't know how to clean a pool, we will clean the room. If we don't know how to clean it properly, we'll at least strip the bed linens that are dirty, pick up trash. Those who had licenses could drive buggies for people because, you know, it's very big. People can't walk all the way to their villas. We were serving and clearing breakfast, you know, serving coffee and tea, and everybody threw a hand in and came together and helped. So that brings back down to like, we are one family, we have to help each other.
Amazing.
So it was quite a good experience for everyone.
Isn't it? The learning experience, and say time for you guys to come to the ground and experience it yourself. Well, that's amazing. I mean, it's a beautiful property. It's lovely. It's, you know, it's got space. Like if you like holiday with lots of space, there's a place you want to go. At the same time, there's privacy because you have your own room. You have your own pool. So whenever you want to be out with people, you go out. If you don't want to be out with people, you stay in your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a very, very unique experience. Like, you know, every Malaysian should go to Lexis Hibiscus PD at least once, to celebrate your birthday.
Correct.
At least once, And I think they're coming up with some voucher.
Yes,
promotion
today.
again.
We actually came up with our first voucher sale for the year.
Oh, okay.
So they're prepaid vouchers. They last for nine months from the day you purchase.
And how do they get access to? Where do they?
So they just go to shop.lexis.my.
Okay.
That's our site where we sell vouchers. It's completely automated. Your vouchers get emailed to you. You can access it anytime you need, and then just a quick call or email to us to book your rooms for any time for the rest of the year. And it's done.
Good.
And you'll be in your private pool in no time.
Okay, you heard that? I'm going to book. And then maybe, you know, Samantha, could we get a little bit more? I'm great.
Sure.
Yes.
If you can find my number. I mean.
All right. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Let's now move to Lexis Suite Penang. So in Penang, you have 3 properties.
In Penang, we have 1. In Port Dickson, we have 3.
So Hibiscus, they have 3. In PD, they have 3. They have Lexis Hibiscus, and you have...
Lexis and Grand Lexis. Those are
Lexis,
2 older
Lexis,
properties.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then over in Penang, there is 1.
There's 1, Lexis
And
Suites Penang.
Whereabout is it?
It's located in Teluk Kumbar, so it's just close to the airport, about less than a 10-minute ride. It is on the other side of the island, so we're closer to Balik Pulau, where all the durian orchards are. And that's also where the fishing village is. So it's a little bit more back to nature, more relaxed scene compared to what you would have in Batu Ferringhi, for example.
Okay, and how many rooms do you have there?
222 suites. It's the only all-suite hotel in Penang.
Penang. And with pool?
With pool, of course. That is our
All
USP.
of it.
So
Okay,
all
so that's the
222
USP
rooms
of Lexis.
Yes.
Has to come with the pool.
has to come private pool.
You better, I think you should ask, Datuk Mandy, when is she building residential, Lexis residential condo?
So it's funny you say that. Our Kuala Lumpur flagship is going to open sometime this year, hopefully by July, August.
Okay.
That's located on Jalan Kiaping, right in front of the KL Convention Center. It's a hotel and residence.
Oh, so you can actually, so it's like those condos where you can buy and then lease it back?
Correct.
Oh.
So part of it is a hotel, which we'll be operating.
Right.
Each and every of the 275 hotel rooms will have its own private pool as well.
And what's the smallest unit? You know, with Lexis, you talk about what's the smallest. You
so
talk about
it's KL. So KL, price per square foot is quite expensive. Okay. So we are looking at about maybe 450 square feet onwards per room.
Then how do you have the pool there?
The pool is in your balcony. Of course, it's a dip pool. You can't do an Olympic lap, but you still can have a nice leisurely dip inside while looking at the Twin Towers.
Okay. And that's up for sale already?
That's up for sale already, yes.
Okay,
yep.
Again, okay, so, there's lots of opportunities here to get to know Samantha. Well, I know her, so. Okay, let's come back to Penang. Tell us what's really different from the Penang market, the travelers, what are the expectations like, and what is the USP apart from the pool for Lexis Penang in terms of guest experience?
Yeah, so for Penang, it differs a little bit from our Port Dickson hotels because it is just a tower block. Initially, our plan was to build out at sea as well, but that part of the island is no longer available to build out to. So the strength in Penang actually, as is for the rest of the island, is its food. I think we have a lot of loyal followers that actually come to Lexis Suites Penang very often for its food, especially our Japanese restaurant. Because it's a pork-free restaurant that's a little bit more premium. You're not spoiled for choice like in KL where you get a lot of omakase. Over in Penang, you don't have those options. So we do very well in terms of our F&B. I only hear good reviews when it comes to food. Our breakfast spread, of course, is wonderful. Ramadan is coming soon. Our buka puasa is usually booked up very fast in advance, where we get at least 500-600 people a day to come and book a puasa. So kudos to the chef and the F&B team over there. It's something that we look forward to as well every time we go back to Penang. First, I have to eat in my hotel, but I still have to go have my char kway teow. Still have to. But that's one. And of course, the guest experience. I think a lot of our staff over there are Penang Lang. So Penang Lang, they got this very I'll take care of you, don't worry, have you eaten yet? They go above and beyond to cater to their experience and make sure that they're taken care of. So it's a wonderful property to be at as well.
Very nice, very nice. So now what is the market share like in terms of your domestic market and international market? I mean, I know we haven't really opened up to full international, but how is that balance going? And is it different in Penang and
It is a bit different. It's a bit different. Right. So for Penang, I think we're seeing a lot more international tourists come over to Penang because there are direct flights there. So I think it's shifted to 50-50 already for Penang. Whereas for Port Dickson, we still have a very heavy domestic 70%. And 30% comes from international market. But the international market, a lot of them come in groups or weddings, actually. We've been hosting quite a few destination weddings from India.
Yeah, and that was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, about both properties. And I understand, how the MICE market and the wedding market, is that growing now?
It's growing a lot, especially the wedding market. I think after lockdown, everybody realized that, I think it's time to break up or time to get married. So either or, everyone's going full speed ahead. Right. So we've been hosting a lot of weddings. Just this weekend, we had 2 weddings in Port Dickson that we hosted on the beach. Nice. A lot of people want a different experience as well. So I think that's why we see a lot more uptake.
Right.
And like I was mentioning, we had a destination wedding from India. Basically, everyone came in, 300 plus people come in from India. They spend 3 days, 2 nights, or 4 days, 3 nights in the resort. They don't leave at all. Every meal, every party, every
all
occasion
in
is in the hotel.
Nice.
So it's good because we have the space for them, but also they enjoy the luxury of like every guest will have their own private pool.
Yes.
You know, it's something
Correct.
memorable. One thing, if you were inviting guests to your getaway wedding weekend, you want them to not just remember what food you serve, what you wore,
Correct.
but you also want them to enjoy the entire experience.
Yes.
So I think that's a plus point for
That's
us.
a real
Yeah.
plus point.
Yeah.
And I you know, and I think that's really a great USP of Lexis, you know, to have that each room, each villa, you know, has its own private pool because you have that privacy. That's, you know, and like you said, in a wedding, you want sometimes to be away on your own, you know, and also with the guests. And what about family side? And I'm sure that Lexis, both in Penang and in PD, are also a family resort.
We are very family-friendly resorts. We have a lot of activities available on site for, you know, kids to enjoy. So we see a lot more families coming in, especially on the weekends, of course. Parents have this peace of mind that their kids can enjoy and play in their own private pool without having to, you know, be around too many other people because COVID is still around. So safety is still on top of mind. So it's great. I think also having a family in one room where you can control everything, you can take care of your kids, but the space is still big enough. So this is quite rare in Malaysia at least. So we're quite lucky that we're able to host a lot of families to have memorable stay. And nothing quite like seeing the look on the child's face, you know, when they come in, they're smiling from year to year. They don't want to leave. But also you also see them crying on the way out because they don't want to leave.
Okay, that's nice. Well, that's a nice cry though.
Yeah.
I want to come back. I want to come back. Yeah. And so they have you have beach activities and
That's right.
snorkeling and whatnot.
Well, so we don't have snorkeling. Unfortunately, we are facing the Straits of Malacca. So the water is not the clearest to snorkel in. However, we have other activities, water sports. You can ride on jet skis. We have, you know, banana boats and all those fun rides for you. We also have activities on the beach. Even on weekends, we will do a fire show for all our in-house guests. So,
every weekend?
Every weekend, yes.
Nice.
So our team, all done in-house, by the way, will actually do a 20-minute fire experience show for all the guests because this is something you haven't been able to see for a long time. Of course, we have other activities. You can play archery, volleyball.
It looks like you need to stay for a week, you know, the way Samantha is saying. I think weekend, no, tak boleh habis.
Actually, a week is perfect because you just want to sleep for 2 or 3 days and hermit in the room. And then after that, you come out and do a few activities.
Yeah, that's right. Sounds really, really good, you know. And yeah, I mean, just look at like the videos. Oh, there you got Harith there with his wife at the background here. And so this one here is, what suite?
This is the Imperial Suite.
Oh, so this is the Imperial.
This is the Imperial Suite.
And how many rooms? 2 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms, one with 1 king and the other with 2.
Perfect for family.
Perfect for a family.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, you can still have your kids close by, but you still have your own privacy. There's a huge pool, much bigger than normal villas. There's also a steam room in both rooms. Because they both come with their own ensuite bathrooms. Also a bathtub inside.
Nice.
In case the pool is not enough. And so a big living room, a big dining room as well. So a lot of space. About 4,000 square feet plus minus.
So you can do a lot. No sleep. Don't sleep before 12. Sleep after 12 and enjoy it. Lovely. Thank you very much, Samantha. Before we let you off, is there anything you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, you know, we just want to thank each and every one of you whoever has come to any Lexis property, especially throughout, you know, right after the pandemic, once travel opened up domestically. Thank you so much for your support. You know, we look forward to continuing to serve you and making sure that you have a wonderful experience at any of our Lexis hotels and resorts. So
really
thank you so much.
Yeah. So for me personally, I do suggest and highly recommend that you do, you know, a family stay just at Lexis Hibiscus PD for those of you who love space and beach and privacy and, you know, just have fun. Very, very nice. I've enjoyed it. Always did, I think, and always will. Thank you very much, Samantha.
Thank you so much, Jen.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. That was Samantha Lee, Head of Marketing and Innovation from Lexis Group. And we'll catch you at our future episodes again on HAPA TV. Take care.